Hello everyone. Today we are going to understand what is typecasting in Python. And if you are a beginner, you need to watch this video till the end because I'll show you some common mistakes that almost every beginner makes. So let's start. In Python, sometimes we need to convert one data type into another. This process is called typecasting. Whether you are turning a number into a string or changing a float into an integer, Python gives you the tools to make these conversions. Understanding how and when to cast types is essential for writing clean and bug-free code, especially when working with user input or external data. Let's start with the basics. There are two main types of typecasting in Python: implicit typecasting, which happens automatically, and explicit typecasting, which you do manually using built-in functions like int, float, str, and bool. First, let's look at implicit typecasting. Python does this when it combines different types in a single expression. For example, if you write a equals 5 and b equals 2.0 and then do result equals a plus b, Python will automatically convert this integer into a float before performing the addition, so result will be 7.0, not 7. This is Python protecting precision. It sees a float and upgrades the integer to match it. Now let's move to explicit typecasting, where you, the programmer, tell Python exactly how to convert a value. Suppose you have a string s equals 1 to 3 and you want to do math with it. You can't just add 5 to it because it is a string, not a number. But if you write int of s plus 5, Python will convert the string 123 into the integer 123, then perform the addition giving you 1 to 8. Let's go through the main typecasting functions one by one, starting with int. This function converts a value into an integer. If you pass in a float, like 12.7, Python will simply chop off the decimal part and return 12. It does not round it, just removes everything after the dot. So int of 9.99 becomes 9, not 10. You can also pass a numeric string like 100 into int, and it will give you the number 100. But if you try int of abc, Python will throw a value error, so the string must look like a number. Next is float. This one turns things into a float. So, if you write float of 10, you will get 10.0. If you write float of 3.14, you will get the float 3.14. Again, it works with numeric strings, but if the string is not a number, you'll get an error. Now let's look at str. This is one of the most useful casting functions, especially when printing or combining different data types. If you write str of 123, you get the string 123. Even booleans turn into strings, so str of true becomes true. This is helpful when you are printing messages like the result. Now let's look at bool. This one is a little different. It does not just convert true or false, it checks the truthiness of a value. In Python, bool of 0 is false, and bool of 1 is true. Any non-zero number becomes true, even empty lists. So bool of empty list is false, but bool of list with values is true. This function is useful when you want to check if something exists or not, like whether a list has items or a string has content. Now let's go over a few common mistakes people make with typecasting. First, do not assume that you can convert anything into anything. If you try int of hello, Python will crash. Same goes for float of abc, so always validate your data before casting. Second, remember that casting a float to an int loses the decimal, so int of 99.9 gives 99, not 100. And by mastering typecasting, you make your programs more flexible, more interactive, and more error-proof. And if you are serious about learning Python, then follow my Python 0 to Hero series from start. Bye, see you later.